Good morning, students. In today's lecture, we will discuss about how to solve a given partial differential equation by using method of separation of variables. So our first example is to solve the non-linear diffusion equation given by curl u by curl t minus Laplacian of u raised to the power gamma is equal to 0 in Rn cross open interval 0 to infinity. Here this u is a non-negative function and gamma, this is greater than 1 and is a constant. This equation is a non-linear diffusion equation and is called porous medium equation. We have to find the solution of this equation. So let us take u, which is a function of x and t, given by the product of two functions v and w. Here v is the function of t and w is the function of x. So let u in this form is the solution of this partial differential equation. Here x belongs to n-dimensional real Euclidean space and this t is non-negative. Now let us find the partial derivative of u with respect to t. From here, because w is not a function of t, so this will remain as it is. The derivative of v with respect to t we have denoted by v dash. So partial derivative of u with respect to t is given by v dash into w. Now we have to find the Laplacian of u raised to the power gamma. From here, u raised to the power gamma means v raised to the power gamma into w raised to the power gamma. So its Laplacian is given by v raised to the power gamma into Laplacian of w raised to the power gamma. Because here Laplacian is taken with respect to the variable x and v raised to the power gamma, this is not a function of x. So Laplacian is taken only for w raised to the power gamma. Now let us substitute these values in this equation. So we get v dash into w minus v raised to the power gamma into Laplacian of w raised to the power gamma is equal to 0. Separating the variables, we get v dash upon v raised to the power gamma is equal to Laplacian of w raised to the power gamma upon w. Now we can see that left hand side is a function of t only and right hand side this is a function of x and both expressions are equal. This is possible only when each of these expressions are separately is equal to some constant. So let us take each of these expressions is equal to the constant mu. So we get v dash upon v raised to the power gamma is equal to mu and Laplacian of w raised to the power gamma upon w is equal to mu. Now first of all let us consider v dash upon v raised to the power gamma is equal to mu. So from here we get v dash is equal to mu into v raised to the power gamma. Now let us find the solution of this differential equation. Now this equation is Bernoulli's equation. Bernoulli's equation is an equation of the form dy by dx plus py is equal to q into y raised to the power n. Comparing that equation with this form of equation. So here in the present case our p is 0 and q is mu, n is gamma, the function y is v and x is t. Now let us substitute z is equal to v raised to the power 1 minus gamma, differentiating both sides with respect to t. Derivative of z with respect to t, this becomes here the derivative of this term with respect to gamma with respect to t, that is given by 1 minus gamma into v raised to the power minus gamma into v dash. V dash means derivative of v with respect to t. Substituting the value of v dash, the value of v dash is mu into v raised to the power gamma. So we get derivative of z with respect to t is equal to mu into 1 minus gamma. Now separating the variables and integrating, we get the value of z, which is given by mu into 1 minus gamma into t plus lambda. Substituting the value of z here, the value of z is v raised to the power 1 minus gamma. Right side is mu into 1 minus gamma into t plus lambda. So from here we can find the value function v, which is given by mu into 1 minus gamma into t plus lambda will raise to the power 1 upon 1 minus gamma. So we have obtained the value of v as a function of t. Now it remains to discover the function w. For this, let us consider the partial differential equation Laplacian of w raised to the power gamma is equal to mu into w. Let us take a solution for this differential equation of the form w is equal to x mod raised to the power alpha. Here alpha is a constant to be find out. Now let us find the Laplacian of w raised to the power gamma. To find the Laplacian of w raised to the power gamma, let us find the derivatives of w raised to the power gamma with respect to xi. So w raised to the power gamma means x mod raised to the power alpha gamma. Its partial derivative with respect to xi is given by alpha gamma into x mod raised to the power alpha gamma minus 1 into partial derivative of x mod with respect to xi. Now x is a vector having the components x1, x2, x3 up to xn. So magnitude of x, that is the square root of x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square and so on up to xn square. Differentiating partially with respect to xi, we get the derivative of x mod with respect to xi, which is given by xi upon x mod. Substituting the value here, so we get partial derivative of w raised to the power gamma with respect to xi is given by alpha into gamma into x mod raised to the power alpha gamma minus 2 into xi. Now let us again differentiate this expression with respect to xi. So we get the partial derivative of w raised to the power gamma with respect to again xi, means second order partial derivative of w raised to the power gamma with respect to xi. So this is given by the partial derivative of alpha gamma x mod raised to the power alpha gamma minus 2 into xi, its partial derivative with respect to xi. Now alpha gamma is constant. Here we can use product rule of differentiation for these two terms. This is first function, this is second function. So first function as it is, derivative of xi with respect to xi will be 1 plus alpha gamma is constant, xi as it is, derivative of this term will be alpha gamma minus 2 into x mod raised to the power alpha gamma minus 3 into the derivative of x mod, that is xi upon x mod. So finally we have obtained the value of second order partial derivative of w raised to the power gamma, which is given by alpha into gamma into x mod raised to the power alpha gamma minus 2 into 1 plus alpha gamma minus 2 into xi square upon x mod square. Now let us take summation on both sides from 1 to n. So this will become the Laplacian of w raised to the power gamma. Here in this term, if we take summation 1 added n times, that will become n. These terms are independent of I, so summation will be applied on this term only. So that will become summation xi square. Summation xi square means x mod square. So these two terms will be cancelled out. So finally, the Laplacian of w raised to the power gamma is obtained, which is alpha into gamma into x mod raised to the power alpha gamma minus 2 into n plus alpha gamma minus 2. Now, let us substitute these values in the equation star. So the equation becomes alpha gamma into x mod raised to the power alpha gamma minus 2 into n plus alpha gamma minus 2 is equal to mu into x mod raised to the power alpha. Now because these two expressions are equal, so the power of x mod on both sides, that will be same, and also this expression multiplied with alpha gamma, that will be same as mu. So we get mu is equal to alpha gamma into n plus alpha gamma minus 2, and alpha gamma minus 2 is equal to alpha. So from this expression we can find the value of alpha, which is given by 2 upon gamma minus 1. Substituting this value of alpha here, we get the value of gamma, which is given by so mu is equal to 2 gamma into 2 plus n gamma minus n upon gamma minus 1 whole square. So finally we have obtained the solution of given nonlinear diffusion equation, which is given by the product of functions v and w. Substituting the value of v and w, w is x mod raised to the power alpha and v is 1 minus gamma into mu t plus lambda whole raised to the power 1 upon 1 minus gamma. Here the constants mu and gamma we have already obtained. Our next example is to find the solution of Hamilton-Jacobi equations. Hamilton-Jacobi equation is a simplest kind of partial differential equation given by partial derivative of u with respect to t plus h is equal to 0. H is a function of gradient of u. H is Hamiltonian function which is defined on n-dimensional real Euclidean space. This is a real valued function. The function u that depends upon x. X is n-dimensional, having the components x1, x2, x3 up to xn. To find the solution of this equation, let us take the function u, which is the function of x and t, can be written in the form of sum of the functions w and v. W is the function of x and v is the function of t. Now differentiating both sides partially with respect to t. So its partial derivative with respect to t we have denoted by ut. Derivative of this term with respect to t will be 0 and derivative of v is v dash. Now let us find gradient of u. Now because u is equal to the function w plus v and v is not a function of x and gradient of u we are taking with respect to x. So gradient of u will be same as gradient of w. Now substituting these values in the Hamilton-Jacobi equation. So finally we get v dash plus h into h as a function of dw is equal to 0. Separating the variables, v dash is equal to negative of h as a function of gradient of w. Now left hand side is a function of t and right hand side is a function of x, and both expressions are equal, so both of them will be separately is equal to some constant. So from here we get negative of v dash is equal to mu and h as a function of gradient of w is equal to mu. Now let us solve this differential equation, shifting negative sign on the right side, and v dash means derivative of v with respect to t. Integrating both sides we get the value of v, which is given by minus mu t plus b. Now in particular, if we take the function w as the dot product of a and x, we get w is equal to a dot x. So gradient of w from here, that will be a. So h, which is a function of gradient of w, that becomes h as a function of a. Now from here because h as a function of gradient w is equal to mu. So we can say that the value of mu is h as a function of a. So finally we can substitute these values in the solution. So the solution of Hamilton-Jacobi's equation becomes w has a value a dot x and h is having the value minus the value of v, that is minus mu t plus b, and the value of w is a dot x. So finally we have obtained the solution, which is given by u is equal to a dot x and value of mu is h as a function of a. Putting the value here, so a dot x minus h t plus b. So this is the required solution of Hamilton-Jacobi equations. So this completes the topic method of separation of variables.